They keep saying neutral, like that word erases what happened. Like 60 years of history just disappears when you call something fair. Real talk. Let's get into it. Yeah. Neutral. They love that word. It sounds so clean, like everybody's equal and the slate is wiped clean. But language is a weapon when you use it right. Call something neutral when it benefits one side of the fight. Let me paint the picture. Go back to 68. Jacksonville consolidated. City merged with the state. On paper it was progress, efficiency they said, but the political power in black neighborhoods bled. Outnumbered overnight in the government twice the size. Representation shrunk right before their eyes. That's not a theory, that's documented fact. The history is written, you cannot take that back. It took decades of lawsuits just to get a fancy AC Lewin Splell C, walk that legal street. 2023 settlement finally drew the line for majority black district 7 through 10 by design. The agreement said 12 years, that was the deal. Now somebody calling it unconstitutional, you feel? Don't call it neutral when the field ain't been level. Yeah. Don't call it fair when history runs deeper. They saying race neutral like it balances the score, but 60 years of disadvantage you can't just ignore. Not neutral, not neutral. Jacksonville knows the truth. Not neutral, not neutral. We got 60 years of proof. Louisiana v. Cali's 2026 ruling came through. 6-3 Supreme Court said race can't be the glue, even for maps designed to protect the minority vote. Now they're using that ruling like a get out of history note. But here's the real talk, context is everything. You can't call a starting line equal when one runner got a 60-year head swing. Yeah, neutral means you begin from the same place. But in Jacksonville, black voters never had that space. Not after consolidation swallowed their voice whole. Not after decades of being left out of the roll. So when they say race neutral maps, translated plain, it means break up District 7, 8, 9, and 10 again. Fracture the communities that finally got their say before the 2027 qualifying day. Before the people can organize, respond, and run. Before the community even knows what's being done. That ain't neutral. That's a clock on your back that's moving the line and calling it a fact. Yeah! Don't call it neutral when the field ain't been level. Don't call it fair when history runs deeper. They saying race neutral like it balances the score, but 60 years of disadvantage you can't just ignore. Not neutral, not neutral. Jacksonville knows the truth. Not neutral, not neutral. We got 60 years of proof. Let me be real clear. Fairness doesn't start from where you are right now. Fairness starts from where you began. If one community has been systematically outnumbered, underrepresented, and overlooked for 60 years, then pretending history doesn't exist when you draw new lines is not neutral. It's erasure. And Jacksonville deserves better than that. So what do we do with a word like neutral, when neutral is being used as a removal tool? We stay informed, we learn the language they use. We show up to the meetings and we refuse to lose. Know your district, know who represents your block, know the qualifying deadline, January on the clock. The Northside Coalition is already in the ring. Florida rising, stepping up, watch what 2027 brings. Because the communities in District 7 through 10 built their political power and they'll build it again. Sugar Hill to Moncrief, north side to the west. Jacksonville has been tested and we passed every test. This ain't about neutral, this is about what's right. This is about who controls your neighborhood's future tonight. Not neutral Jacksonville, never been neutral for us. And we ain't about to let them call erasure fair or just. Not neutral, not neutral. Jacksonville knows the truth. Not neutral, not neutral. We got 60 years of proof. We standing on this ground. Not neutral, not neutral. Jacksonville, hold it down.